We got one more, and everybody knows about this. Eminem dropped a surprise album on us, yes sir, on Thursday called Music to Be Murdered By. Man, first of all, let's give him some skibbity claps.
I have to say, man, I haven't heard everything, all of it yet. But what I did hear, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, man.
I'm enjoying it. I'll give him another hand clap.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Eminem. I mean, my favorite songs on the album is the one I Will, which he did with the most of the group Slaughterhouse, everybody except Joe Budden, for obvious reasons. But and then the song Ya Ya that he did with the Busta Rhymes sample. Woo! Man, that one go hard. And he got my man Denon from D12. He got Black Thought, who actually, I think, did the best verse on the whole song. Black Thought killed the whole thing, shut the whole shit down. Q-Tip on the hook.
Yo, Q-Tip been good on them hooks lately, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo.
And then Eminem brings it home at the very end of the song. So that song goes hard. You know, that's like got that street vibe to it. And you know, he got a song with Young M.A. on there, and he's got a song with Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
Called
Godzilla. Yeah, Godzilla. He killed that. Yo, I was like,
yeah, man. So that was dope, man.
Yo, he killed good.
I was happy to hear that, man, because you know, Eminem likes to work with any and everybody. You can tell that, you know, he's not really hating on like the new rappers. You know what I mean? He knows who's good and who's not. You know what I mean? So I think that was good that he did that.
And that's another thing too I have to say about the whole thing with some of the new rappers. You know, Juice WRLD, rest in peace. And
rest in peace.
I mean, it's a good blend.
Yeah.
You can tell also that he's having an ear listening to the new sound. I think he took that thing what Justin Bieber said pretty seriously, talking about that. You know, Eminem don't understand the new school rappers,
right?
And you could kind of hear it. Like, you know, he's still doing his shit, but you can kind of hear him actually doing a couple of their styles, and actually doing it pretty masterfully. So, yeah, man.
But yeah, you won't hear none of his songs on the radio. You know what I mean? Because you know, I think it's like for the radio, it feels like once you get a certain age, they feel like we're not gonna play you anymore. You know
the thing of it is like, well, you don't need to be played on the radio.
You don't need it.
Because he got his own fucking radio.
You don't need it.
He got his own fucking radio show, State 45.
Yeah,
he don't need it.
He got his own station.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm loving that, but I'm just saying, you know, you would think that, you know, modern regular radio would try to show him some love. You know what I mean? He's doing songs with these people like Juice WRLD, Young M.A.
And they're actually pretty good. They're actually pretty good songs.
Yeah.
I think, they would actually be, you know, they would be radio. You know, for that
generation.
For that generation in that market,
Young M.A. called him the GOAT. So, you know, I mean, if she can respect him, y'all need to respect him too, man. You know what I mean? So
also with that album too, one thing I like, and one of the songs I like, and we'll probably talk about it, you know, later on after I listen to the rest of it. But I like that Darkness song, man.
Yeah.
That was I love the storytelling.
For that one.
I love the storytelling on it. I love the fact that it kind of reminds me of how he was with Stan. You know, it was kind of reminiscent of that. Definitely darker. I definitely like it. And like I felt like he was telling people like it was like a story, like, just, you know, these people y'all are talking about like these lone wolves and people like got mental problems and they're lone shooters. Like, nah, these just people just doing shit. Like, these people are fucking crazy. Yeah. You know,
So yeah, and that's his first single off the album. So he has an official video out for that one. So y'all need to check that out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the album, it's doing incredible numbers. He's got 50 million streams already.
God.
50 million.
Damn.
Yeah. So he's breaking records, man. He is breaking records, man. Now, He throws some shots on the album, so
of course.
He throws some shots at Joe Budden. He throws some shots at Lord Jamar, and he throws a shot at MGK. So now I will say he went the hardest on Lord Jamar. He went the hardest on him.
Yo, like so, I dropped my jaw.
Yeah.
Yo, what
he said? First he said I'm harder than a 40-something bar Lord Jamar verse, and then he was talking about rap being like a house. Remember, because Lord Jamar said that he's a guest in the house of hip hop. So Eminem is basically saying if hip hop is a house, then you'd be mopping floors. He said G-Rap and Rakim would have you mopping floors, and he said something else like Run DMC or somebody else would have you doing something too. I was like,
yo, but when you said that, I was like, God,
yeah, man, yeah. He went the hardest on Jamar. So still shout out to Lord Jamar, but you asked for that.
Yeah.
So he threw a couple shots at MGK. Basically about just, winning the battle. And I think he made one reference about something about having a baby. Something if I had a baby, I would name it MGK or something like that. Talking about like me and somebody slept together. I think he was making a reference to hip hop or something like that. Yeah. Like maybe like saying MGK is just another stand that he gave birth to, basically. Damn. So he did that.
You my son,
right? Pretty much.
You my son, nigga.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he right after that he did make a reference like that. He said something about throwing shade, and he said if looking out through a window, and I'm closing the shades because all of y'all are like suns in my eyes. I was like,
he killed it.
He just killed it, man. So. And then he also threw a shot at Joe Budden. So he called him a little bit of a traitor. Now, one thing I kind of like, ever since this, Joe Budden has made a response, and he has said that he's pretty much deading the beef. He said that, what happened between him and M was basically a moment, and he was like, I'm past it now, and I'm not really angry at him or anything like that, so there's no reason for me to keep trying to hate on him, so I'm gonna leave it alone. So I think that was very smart of you, Joe Budden. You know what I mean? Because it was not in your greatest benefit to keep talking junk about this man for no good reason. Yeah. So Lord Jamar, I guess we see how he messed himself up. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Yeah, I still like Jamar, but sometimes I think he does go a little too overboard as far as like with the whole like white MC thing. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I get where he's coming from, because it is, everything that we do, the original man does, they do. But you know what I'm saying? But but one thing I can say about M really likes this game. Like you don't see him coming out here with no string and guitar trying to switch over like everybody else fucking did. Like, sorry, my boy Everlast. I like Everlast, but like and I like some of that stuff he does. Yeah. But yeah, he just went over. I'm done with this rap shit. I'm gonna do the country now. I'm like, shit, but But I like, but no disrespect to Everlast. I still like you, man. But
he's kind of switched up a couple times over the years because. When he first came out in the early 90s, or it might have been even late 80s, Ice-T kind of helped him get launched. And when he was just calling himself Everlast before House of Pain, and he had like this almost Elvis Presley looking haircut.
With the bottle of rosé that I keep in my trunk, punk, don't try to get none. Know where I'm coming from? I don't care if you do got a gun.
Or sharply dressed. So I remembered him, and I liked the way he rapped. Yeah. But he was, had the kind of corny outfits on back then. But then all of a sudden he came back with the House of Pain, and then he had this short little buzz cut.
Yeah. Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. I won't ever stop.
Buzz cut. Okay. So that's the same dude from Ice-T. But so he's kind of changed, and then he went into the country thing now, like you said. So. I don't know,
rap records good.
So Maybe him and Nas X need to get something going.
I mean, I don't, you know what I'm saying, though, but I'm not hating though, because at the same time, it's kind of cool to have versatility and everything, but it's just, you know, like, but it's kind of hard for us. Like if you a hip hop artist,
right?
You pretty much a hip hop artist. You can't do country, you can't do rock, you know. I mean, at least not, you know, not being black, you can't. Right. If you're white, if this shit don't work out, oh, I could just jump over here. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying all the time that helps out, because I mean, I think Vanilla Ice tried to do the same thing and it didn't work. I don't think it worked out as well. Yeah,
so pretty much. So, you know, it's just, I think, you know, Everlast just, because he keeps switching things up, you know, it kind of looks like, damn, can you make up your mind? Yeah. You know, what's your style going to be? You know what I mean? So, that's all. Now,
that group Warborn Industries he got. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they official.
Yeah, that's
they official.
Yeah, I remember
they official.
So, but yeah, shout out to Everlast. You know, either way, he's still doing this.
Yeah, man.
So, I think that's it for music. So, let's get into some topics. You got anything you want to talk about first out of our topics?
Nah, man, we kind of already went. Oh, actually, let's talk about this white nigga who got hit in the face saying nigga. Nigga, you can't say nigga. We can only want to say it. Nigga. See how free that is?
Right. And I think that makes a lot of them envious because we use it so freely. Now I have to admit I don't really use it a whole lot because I'm not a big fan, but I do use it a little bit. But you know, only because I grew up on it, so it's hard to completely get rid of it. But I'm not a really big fan. You know, I think it should be one way or another. If you're going to say it, you might as well just let them say it. Or we all need to shut the fuck up and not say it. You know what I mean? So that's my thing. I'm not a big fan, so if I had to vote, I'd say let's all just get rid of the shit. We don't really need it, and we should not let that word define us. You know what I mean? That's my thing. But back on topic. So a white battle rapper, he was in the middle of his little battle rap, and he kind of was talking about the N-word. You know, he was talking about how he's not supposed to use the N-word. So he kind of set himself up. Because right after he said he's not supposed to use the N-word, his next line was, my nigga. And before he could say that, kablam!
Either the Holyfield, either way.
What else?
It's tragic at the end. David Blaine, Holyfield, so I got magic in these hands. And fucking I ain't like these other battle rappers. They talk too much. Saying I can't use the N-word in this battle. My nigga, I just call you.
My man was out for the count. I mean, he barely got the G out. He was like, my nigga. You know what I mean? I was like, yo.
Which, hey, honestly, I'm glad that happened. Cause that made me know that hey, it's still 2020 and it's official that white people can't say that shit.
Hey, you know, I mean, we black people as a whole are still very what's the word I'm looking for? Sensitive about that word.
I know certain people. I know certain people now. Like the newer generation, it's not much of a sting to, but like me and you gotta understand, me and you were born, we was what? We was still like 20 years after the civil rights, right, pretty much.
Exactly.
So I mean, there's still like a sting, and then you still had people harboring that old type of, well, you don't want to be over here with the black kids, right? And then goddamn nigger monkeys and all this shit. Like, man, just for being who you are, they don't want to be associated with you. Right. They don't even know fucking nothing about you.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, like, man. So using those words, and it's how you use it, too. Because using the way you use it, I'm not so mad at people using it. I'm just the way you use it. Yeah. Like, I can't think of my man's name that was on the Jets, but he was, I think the security guard was on him. It was like a couple years back. Okay. And he was like, "Get your nigger ass off of me." And I was like, "Whoa!"
Wow.
Now, cause see, now if he had said, if he had said, "Get your hands off," you know, hey, yo, nigga, get your hands off of me, like that. Oh, yo, nigga. Right. Chill. Like, you know, I can understand that, but not get your nigger ass. Like, cause I mean, you're frankly being racist right there.
I mean, majority of the time you can tell what the intent is behind when they're saying it. Just like when the dude from Seinfeld, Kramer, remember he got caught up in that scandal because he was doing his little comedy and, you know, the audience wasn't liking it, and it would happen to be some black people, you know, kind of giving him a hard time. So, you know, all of a sudden he started calling him a nigger. He's a nigger. He's a nigger. And it was like, dude, I mean, you really showing your true colors. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that single-handedly, I think, ruined him, man. Ruined him. I ain't heard from him since. And you know, he did put a public apology out there, but he went so hard with the word, it was just like, there's no coming back from that.
Dang,
you know what I mean? And it's kind of like Roseanne, you know, she didn't use the N-word, but she got put off of her little TV show.
Yeah, because the whole monkey thing.
Right, because of calling somebody saying they look like a monkey. It's like, what in what space would make you think that that's okay? I don't get that. What space would make you think that that's okay? You know what I mean? You know that's always been some sort of racial stigma with black people saying that we look like monkeys when we don't look shit like them.
You know what tripped me out about that? Yeah, because if you look at them when they get older, they lips, they look just like them damn monkeys.
Yeah, exactly.
And they born with tails.
Yeah. So
I ain't saying nothing else.
We're gonna leave that shit alone. So y'all might want to rethink that whole philosophy. But anyway, so you know, the N-word is a very controversial word, but white people don't get it twisted. Don't say it thinking that it's okay. You know, even if you got black friends that say it's okay when you're around them, that don't mean you can say it to the rest of the world. You know, they talking about them.
Yeah.
If you in front of them, they might be okay with it.
You hear that Trevor Hanks? What's his name? Trevor Hanks? What's his name? The one that was talking me
I can't remember his name now, but I know you.
But yeah, them Hank, the Hank boy.
Chet Hanks.
Yeah, Chet
Hanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who named him that Chet, but he was trying to do the Jamaican patois.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
If I see you and you call me one of those, I just want to let you know, Chick, you get one of them.
Right. Because he seemed like he would be so comfortable with it, like, yeah, what's up, my Nick? And next thing you know, you're getting clobbered. You know what I mean? You know, you're gonna get hands put on you, hands, paws, feet, everything. So don't do it. You know what I mean? I don't get what makes people think it's okay, but a lot of people, you know, they know that that's a trigger for black people. So some of them actually do it on purpose because they have this. If you hit me, then I'm gonna just pursue legal action. I'm gonna sue you and take you for all you got. I mean, come on now. You know what I mean? That to me is the dumbest thing you could ever do is just push somebody's buttons on purpose.
And it goes to show you how much of a pussy you are.
Right.
You gonna take an asshole. And my thing of it is like, why you gonna mess around and just, you know, that's messed up, man.
You know, so
messed up.
Don't do it. So I think this white rapper, he learned a lesson. So I'm thinking he won't let that happen again. But so we got my man Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
Yep.
He was in a recent interview and he was talking about his relationship with Pepper from Salt and Pepper, and I thought it was really interesting because he said that they asked him, you know, what happened? Why did y'all break up? You know, y'all were married and all of this, and you know, because I really thought they were a good couple. I honestly thought they were a good couple. So he said that basically there was some cheating going on. So he said that basically the way he explained it, they had a kind of a loose, open situation where they allowed other people into the relationship.
Yeah.
And they knew about it. Like if he brought another female in, she knew about it. If she brought another guy in, or a female, whatever, if she likes sleeping with females, as long as he knew about it.
Yeah.
But what happened was she was going back and dealing with people outside of that. Maybe the same person, but like basically, like if me and my wife agree to a 3-way with somebody, that's it. But if she goes and starts messing with that person off from me, that's wrong.
Yeah,
so that's what he's.
Well, what's the real story?
The real story about us, Tretch and Pepper. First of all, what would you think a divorce would come? What's the number one cause of divorce?
Cheating.
Finance.
Dun, dun, dun.
Finance.
All
Breaking
right.
news.
For the record, I never had to cheat on her. We had broads.
Okay.
In Atlanta.
You feel me?
Yeah, y'all.
I had a beautiful marriage.
Mm-hmm. So y'all had other girlfriends, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So what happened?
What happened when the girlfriend goes with the wife and then have their own eps?
So you got jealous?
No, I just got cheated on.
It's happening.
I can understand. I can kind of see
had an
that.
agreement, but
Yeah.
she went off and started doing her own thing. I think it's with the same person. So he felt like, that's different. We had an agreement. It's supposed to be all 3 of us or whatever. It's not supposed to be you and that person.
Yeah, I think. See, that kind of goes to show you, really, like sometimes too much of something. You're still going, no matter, because really, if I was in a situation like that, that would probably be a dope situation. Not that I don't know really, but what I'm saying is that would be kind of cool. Like, okay, but hey, I'm a superstar, this, that, and the third. I think that might have something to do with it too.
Right.
So you got that going on, and then you just kind of got that. It's like you have this greed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you're feeding it, and sometimes what you have to do. And granted, too, they were probably younger.
Yeah.
Obviously they were probably really young.
I think they're cool. I don't think they're like got bad blood between each other. But he was just saying that's what happened. I think they're on good terms now. But it's just like we're not good for relationships with each other.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, that's just you trying to do so much,
right,
and feed that greed.
Yeah.
And and that's the thing too. Like you can do that for so long, but you can only do that for so much. Like eventually, you're not gonna be able to do all them things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, sometimes people just a lot of it's. That's just everybody. Everybody's got those desires or something they try to feed.
Yeah.
So you have to keep
those urges.
Yeah, you have to keep those in check. You have to keep those in check, man.
Yeah, and I think
you can be out there. Hell, I'm done it. You know what I'm saying? Be out there, boy.
It is what it is. But I think if you're gonna come to those types of agreements, you just have to be real specific. And I'm assuming it was probably something where it wasn't real specific. Maybe, I don't know. Shout out to Trigger Tretch, but either way, it went to a different direction than what he liked. So he said that he backed out of the relationship because of that. So, but anyway, shout out to both of them. Trigger Tretch, Pepper, Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper has a new Lifetime movie coming out.
Okay, that's what's up.
So I'm not sure when it's coming out, but it's supposed to be very soon. They've been showing a commercial. I'm a little skeptical because I'm like, I don't know if y'all can put, with Lifetime, sometimes they can really mess the story.
Yeah, like that Aaliyah shit?
Right. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'll fuck that up.
Yeah, so based on the commercials, I'm not really, getting a good vibe, but I'm going to give it a chance. When it comes out, I'm going to give it a chance, see what happens. I thought it was real interesting, and I didn't really know, but do you know they got into a legal battle with Spinderella?
Okay, that makes sense why they're not really trying to be with her like that. Because I always wanted to know, what was going on. What's the legal battle entail?
It was something around maybe 2018 or maybe early 2019. But basically, Spinderella felt like she wasn't getting the proper money based on the Salt and Pepper group dealings. Like basically, they were doing stuff and excluding her. They were going on tours or something like that and not putting her down, or when it came to money that she was owed, she felt like they weren't giving her the proper cut. So she took him to court.
Yeah,
so
Cinderella took
took Salt and Pepper to court. So I didn't know that. I just found that out like a couple of months ago, and I've been meaning to tell you that. Because I was like, did I miss this? Did Howie know about this? Because I didn't even know. But
Cinderella like, I'm gonna get this money.
Right. So, you know, she's still doing her thing, and I hope that they can still be friends because they're synonymous with each other.
Oh yeah. I mean, they stapled in history now. Man, there's no not to call mother.
Call me during business hours. Call me during business hours.
Our hours are
9 to 5. The Big Red. Held my man out the window. That came out. That was on TV a few days ago.
Oh shit.
He said, so what did you want to say about my records and my, you know, he was like, my office hours are from 9 to 5. Yo, Big Red was a gangster, boy. But so yeah, man. So I thought that was interesting about Treach's situation because I always wanted to know. Because when they first got together, I was like, that's dope. You know, two rappers, and they seem like they both got a good connection. And
they could have been, they could have been Papoose and before Papoose and Remy. They could have made a rap album together.
Man. I don't even think they got to make any songs together. Not that I know of.
Papoose, I'm telling you, man, y'all need to do. I'm telling y'all. I'm gonna keep throwing this out here till y'all listen to me. Y'all, you and your wife need to do a rap album together.
Yeah.
Because that would be needed.
Yeah, man.
You need to do that shit.
You need that, man. I mean, if people like Jay-Z and Beyonce can do their thing, we need that.
Yeah, but Beyonce ain't no rapper.
No, I'm just saying if they can work with each other, it's like, why haven't y'all they freestyle together all the time. So it's like, why wouldn't y'all think to do a whole album? I don't get it. To me, that would be dope. I mean, remember Ludacris was doing that Battle of the Sexes album? It was supposed to be him and Shawnna, but that's when him and Shawnna split up.
Yeah.
She, kind of left the label because she had creative differences. So he wound up just making an album like him, a duets album with other females. So it still came out good, but I think it would have been doper if it was him and Shawnna just a bunch of going back and forth. Yeah. I still really miss hearing music from her, man. So shout out to Shawnna and but Remy Ma and Papoose, y'all need to do that, man. Make that happen. 2020. Let's
2020. We're making petitions. We're making t-shirts. We're signing. Man, yo, we up there. Hey, we doing things. I'm going in the club, shaking my butt cheeks.
Right.
To make it happen.
Make it happen.
To make it happen.
I'm sending a bunch of emails to your corporate people. I'm gonna hit the DMs. Be like, look, man, make this happen. I mean, hip hop needs that. They need that male, female, back and forth. Whether it's just creative freestyling, whether it's a love song or whether it's love-hate relationship, it don't matter. It's dope, man. Anything y'all do, I know I love it. So let's see that, man. 2020 at the latest. I'll give y'all the 2021.
Yeah.
Fat Joe, take our back on that.
Yeah.
Get our back on that.
Yeah.
So the last topic I want to talk about real quick, the Netflix show Hip Hop Evolution just released season 4, and so that is out right now, and it's a song that basically focuses on areas that made big impacts in hip hop. They start out telling you how New York started with hip hop. They did segments on like ATL, I believe. This season, the first episode focused on New Orleans, Louisiana, and how they got into hip hop. What kind of music they were into and how they were able to move that into hip hop to join the hip hop genre. So I really liked it. I really haven't gotten to see any other episodes, just that one. But I think you said you haven't gotten to see it, right?
Nah, I haven't seen any. I've seen the New York joints. Yeah. I've seen the bits and pieces of where they talked about, like you said, the Atlanta. I think that more so like just the South in general. I think because it was like Atlanta, Texas, Memphis.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to see all that coming to fruition.
Absolutely, man.
So
it's you really get to hear the roots of how the culture started in those specific areas, and I love it, man, because they talk about a lot of local DJs that were doing this New Orleans sound, and basically eventually these rappers come along and they kind of start mixing it in with hip hop, and so it starts to catch on. Like Master P, they were saying that at first when he started doing his thing with rapping and putting out music, he was selling mixtapes and people was going in on him like, your shit is whack. They said he was trying to give out mixtapes and people was throwing them back at him like, nigga, I want that. But all of a sudden, when he started blowing up all around the country, when they made the all of a sudden the city started like, oh, Master P, yeah, we love you. So, they were that was kind of I'm sure that was hard for him, man. You know what I mean? So your own people
that's what Nori said, man, like at one time, like on his joint, he made like he had an album and like Queens was fucking hating him. Yeah. Everywhere else around the world, it was like resonated. And then it's like, damn, it's really like that?
Yeah, man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
that's the hardest place to get love, is right where you come from.
Yep.
So I get it, man.
So you hear that, Trinity, North Carolina? When I make it, don't even come by my house and be like, oh, yo, man, how am I do? Nah, fuck you, son. Nah.
Oh, y'all don't want to show no love. Y'all don't want to show no love. Trying Hip Hop Podcast. Y'all ain't got no love for Kirk Dog and Hitman Howie.
Nah.
Yo, but yeah, man. So, shout out to Master P.
Yeah.
Shout out to the whole No Limit. They had Mia X on there, man. She looking good, man.
Yeah, I gotta do that and watch that.
So, and then they showed a little bit of the Cash Money side of things. They interviewed Manny Fresh because he was one of the first to get on into the music. They talked about Baby and them, but I didn't get to finish the whole episode. I think it had about 20 minutes left when I stopped because I had to do some stuff. So I'm assuming they're going to get to interviewing Baby, but the whole first part of the episode was like Master P, Manny Fresh, Mia X. They was mostly talking to them, and I think one other person, I can't remember. But it's a really good episode, man. You really learn a lot about New Orleans and the whole Louisiana, and how they section the whole city off, because everybody reps their sections, but down there they call them wards. We rep 5th Ward, 3rd Ward, 8th Ward, 9th Ward. So they were talking about how that incorporates into it as well. So yeah, man. So shout out to Netflix, man, because that's a genius show. Yep. I love how they do that. And I implore y'all to go check that out, man, because you really can learn something about the origins in hip-hop. Go all the way back to season 1 and just start looking at it, man, because you really get to learn about hip-hop as a culture and how it affects different areas. Where it started, where it went to, and all of that. So I'm definitely going to be watching some more probably later tonight. You know what I mean? So,
all right.
And we'll probably talk a little bit about it next week after we both got a chance to look at a couple of episodes.
This ain't no motherfucker, Pete. I ain't
Yo,
I still got on cassette.
Yeah, man. Who I'm excited to hear the next album that's supposed to be coming out any minute now is Run the Jewels. Run the Jewels Part 4 is already pretty much finished. We're just waiting for it to be released. So they keep telling us how, they got it and it's ready, but they just haven't released it yet. So I'm going to keep a lookout on that for y'all, because them two dudes, man, they make a good team, man. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, so that's pretty much all our topics for today. We just wanted to have a little conversation. Please weigh in on what y'all think about what we talk about. Weigh in on YouTube, weigh in on Instagram, weigh in on Facebook, weigh in on Twitter. So all of the above. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Do that. We need y'all help. You know what I mean? We want to get to those high numbers of followers so we can really keep this hip-hop conversation alive. We love hip-hop as a culture. So we want to have that conversation. So,
this mother.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Well,
I guess that's it, man. Instagram is telling us it's tired. YouTube, I'm sure, is ready to shut it down. And Facebook, you already told us you were tired at minute 1.
Damn.
Facebook was like, you know what? I'm not here for y'all today. So, but yeah, for episode 107, this is your man Kurt, and this is.
Oh damn! How?
I was like, is he gonna let me down? So you know, we gotta get the sound effects. Y'all know how that goes. Ew, them bombs.
All right, one more. That's it.
Hey, thank y'all for y'all continued support, and we will be back next week with episode 108.
Peace.